Right, so we're back to molarity again, all right? Looking at how many grams of a solute is dissolved, or how many grams of solute is in a certain portion of a solution that we know the molarity of. So in this case, it's acetic acid, and acetic acid has a molarity of 0.25 molar for this particular problem, and we want to know how many grams of acetic acid are in 100 milliliters, 0.100 liters of that solution. So we want to convert between liters of our solution, and we want to end up with grams of solute. Now, just from the fact that you can look at the problem, you can probably tell what conversion factor we're going to need to use, or what we're going to need to use, because other than liters of solution, the only other thing we've given you is molarity. And molarity is moles per liter. Now, using liters and then moles per liter in the molarity isn't going to get us the whole way to grams. So we're going to have to do an intermediate step to get moles of solute using the molarity. And then we're going to skip over to get to grams of solute. And to do that, we're going to need the molar mass. Okay, so let's work on doing that. Again, it's a conversion problem, very similar to the ones that we've done throughout the semester, but this one's just using molarity and volumes as opposed to blueberries and cars and moles or things like that. So we're starting off in this problem with 0.100 liters of this solution. And we know that in 1 liter of the solution, there are 0.25 moles of acetic acid. Acetic acid is CH3COOH. Okay? That's our acetic acid. And you might say, right, but on the paper, on the problem, on the screen, it said 0.25 molar. And just remember that capital M stands for moles per liter. So we can write it out longhand with all the units attached to it, if we would like. And in this case, it's going to help us. And in most cases, it's going to be more useful writing it as moles per liter as opposed to molarity. Now, we want to know grams. Well, if we want to go between grams and moles, we need to know how many grams are in a mole. So 1 mole of acetic acid is 60.06 grams. So there are 60.06 grams of acetic acid in 1 mole. Just determine the molar mass. Now my liters have crossed out, my moles of acetic acid have crossed out. I'm left with grams. And if we do this to the correct number of significant figures, which is 2, we should end up with 1.5 grams of acetic acid. Using our molarity as a conversion factor.